After making my first video, I was left trying to figure out which fish I was going to talk about next. It's a difficult decision. I mean, there are so many different bodies of water, and all of them have fish, and all of them are worth talking about. So, I was left conflicted. That was until the other day when I was scrolling on my phone, as one does, and I kept coming across the same videos. They were all basically the same format. The doomsday fish washes up to shore, and it shows a group of people circling around a dead fish. Then everyone in the comments is bringing up the ancient Japanese lore of how the doomsday fish is a warning sent from the sea gods, a symbol of the end of times. Which, sure, fear-mongering is great and all, but what exactly is the fish that has invoked fear into so many people? The oarfish. Sad to say, its actual name is not meant to fill you with a sense of dread. The oarfish is a deep-sea dwelling fish. Found in the twilight zone, they are long and eel-like, despite not really being eels. They are actually part of the Reglecidae family. They have beautiful silver scales and bright red fins that go all the way down their back. Oarfish are known for being the longest bony fish in the ocean. Commonly found at 10 feet, their maximum length is known to reach 26 to 36 feet. They are also found in nearly every ocean on Earth, being found in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Ocean. They are even found in the Mediterranean Sea. So, now that you know a little more about the oarfish, why are they washing up on land? Well, it's not really linked to earthquakes or natural disasters, despite some referring to it as the doomsday fish. So then what's going on? Well, for one, ocean conditions are involved. In 2026, a rapidly developing El Niño formed in the tropical Pacific Ocean, which can greatly impact the deep waters. If you don't know what an El Niño is, they are a natural climate pattern defined by the warming of sea temperatures, the weakening of trade winds, and the shifting of global weather. In simple terms, the surface water heats up, this extra heat changes wind patterns, and this in turn can affect weather all around the world. For example, causing heavier rains in some places and droughts in others. However, there could be other reasons why oarfish keep washing up onto shore recently. Strong currents or underwater canyons can trap or funnel disoriented fish straight to shallow shorelines. Sick or dying fish lose their ability to keep their depth in the twilight zone, and so they drift up helplessly towards land. And finally, an increase in population can also statistically raise the chances of oarfish being stranded. I'm sure by now you, as the viewer, must be just as interested in the original myths about the oarfish as I am. Ancient coastal communities in Japan believe the deep ocean hid a grand palace belonging to Ryujin, the dragon god of the sea. Early sailors who spotted the giant oarfish floating at the surface often mistook its massive length and red fins for a terrifying sea monster or dragon. In Japanese folklore, the oarfish is known as Ryugu no Sukai, meaning messenger from the sea god's palace. The original myth states that when these shimmering, ribbon-like deep-sea fish wash ashore or swim near the surface, they act as a warning from the gods about an impending earthquake or tsunami. Now, as I've stated before, there isn't actually a real correlation between oarfish and natural disasters. It is more likely that, if you are familiar with Japan, then you would know that they have a lot of earthquakes and tsunamis, because the country sits on 4 colliding tectonic plates. So, it is more coincidental than anything that oarfish happen to be there when, or prior to, a big natural event. So, no, they are not a sign of the end of times. It is more like a bad place, bad time scenario. Any long, washed up fish at the time could have been labeled the doomsday fish. Sailors a long time ago also thought manatees were mermaids, so take that as you will. The Twilight Zone. No, not the show from 1959, the Oceanic Twilight Zone. It is a layer of water located at 200 to 1,000 meters, or 650 to 3,300 feet below the ocean surface. It gets very little light and has barely been explored. The Twilight Zone is also home to our beloved oarfish. What exactly do oarfish eat down in those deep, dark waters? Well, they do not have teeth, and so they must filter their food from the water. They consume tiny ocean animals, primarily zooplankton, krill, and small crustaceans. Instead of teeth, they have special gill rakers to strain food out of the seawater. Just like in Animal Crossing, oarfish are pretty rare in real life. Because they live in the Twilight Zone, they are rarely ever seen by humans, and when they are seen, it is usually when the oarfish are sick, weak, or disoriented. So, if you play Animal Crossing, you better enjoy seeing them in your aquarium. Luckily, the elusive doomsday fish is also not considered to be endangered, which is a great thing. And despite their given title, they are no danger to humans. The oarfish is quite the enigma. They have a striking iconic appearance and hold much mystery. Should we as people fear the sight of them and the message they bring? No, they are just normal, beautiful fish that we should enjoy when we get to see them. Not fish we should label and fear. We live in a society today where we don't need to rely on old stories and tremble at the unknown. And maybe that is the true message the oarfish brings. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and if you have any other fish you'd like me to talk about, then comment your suggestions below. Till next time!